Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host here, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to do a taste test review of a couple of different sandwiches that are both pepperoni sandwiches. Basically, got Giant Eagle brand pepperoni, which is on this bun or on this piece of bread right here is what it is, kind of a thinner slice. And then we got the other guy from the local deli, which is these big old thick fat boys that are more or less almost more like the thickness of um, salami at that point. So basically, figured I would do this taste test review to see which one is actually better in my opinion. We're gonna try out the. I'm sorry, I took a bite of this before, but we'll try out the local deli. Here's what it is first. So it definitely has a little bit of heat to it. I think you can tell it's spice packaged, but it is there. There's like a little bit of sweetness, but like it's like more like a vinegary sweetness, I guess it would be. A little more tart now. Overall, not bad in the spread for sure. No. Yeah, pretty good. Let's try that Giant Eagle one then. Obviously a much thinner slice is what it is, about probably a third of a slice, maybe a fourth of a slice of those thick cut slices. Quite a bit of heat to this one, actually. Since there's a little more pepper in this one. And some other spices too, for that matter. Some cayenne or something maybe in the mix. Ooh, man. Little piece of something there. Yeah, that last little bite, it was definitely like it's like hot, just like pure heat really on that one. Yeah, I would say honestly overall, with just those bites I took of those sandwiches right now, I would say honestly the premium one from the local deli probably wins on that one, just because it has a slightly more mild taste to it. Whereas the Giant Eagle, when you start getting into that like heat and whatever else is in it, there's what it is. Like it really, like I'm still feeling that heat in my mouth. That's what it is, dude. Like I'm probably gonna have to drink some milk after this. Actually, it definitely has that like it's not like an immediate heat. It's like that like right at the tail end. It's just like and your mouth is like on fire basically. And that's kind of what this tastes like right now. So, yeah, I would say definitely. If I had to make a distinctive winner here on this one, it'd probably be the other one then. It'd be the other guy's stuff. So, which, nothing against Giant Eagle. Like, they're good stuff too as well, is what it is. But, again, I think the premium one from local deli there is probably a better quality cut. And it might be that it's thicker cut too, and it's not allowing as much like spice to leak out or whatever the case be then, whereas the Giant Eagle is so thinly cut, it's just forcing that like that heat to come forth through it is then. So who knows, man? But yeah, as it is, this time tomorrow I will have my house officially sold to somebody else, and I will either be a future renter here for at least the next X amount of months, or it'll be a situation where I will have to be leaving at some point in the future, and before the end of the year, and I really look forward to that, honestly, dude. If that be the case, I really wish that I wouldn't have to have that happen, honestly, if that is the case. Um, but again, it all depends on exactly how things go down and exactly how the sale goes tomorrow. So, hopefully we can get top dollar on everything. Fingers crossed that we will be able to get a good sale price on this whole thing, because thankfully it is reserved at a certain amount of money, so we're guaranteed at least that amount of money, if not a little more than that. I believe it is something where if you don't hit that reserve, like, it's just not sold as it is then. So, yeah, and then of course it'd have to be the actual probate court in the next, few weeks to a month, whatever it's going to be then. It would have to be them figuring out, like, do they want to accept this offer of whatever the amount of money would be at that point then, and then it goes from there, basically. So it just sucks to know that, like I said, I'm getting fucked out of my boyhood home is what it is, and I don't need to be. There should have been something written in the will where if we could have just sold off the other 5, to even a family friend for that matter, for, X amount of money and being able to pay off the debt with that, then everything's good to go, and we just go from there, basically. So, because it seems to me like everything we talked about with the realtor and everything else the past couple of weeks now, like, that's exactly what could have happened, basically. We could have just had one of our family members or a family friend or whatever it is then just buy off that half of the acreage for, market value is what it is. And then we could have simply had me still live on this property for the next couple of years of my life, then, if that be the case. And then if I wanted to sell this 5 to that person for X amount of dollars, then I could have. Or if I wanted to, sell this 5 to someone else for that matter for top dollar, I could have done that too as well. So, but it could have been my choice at that point. But anyway, I don't, and that's the problem right now. Every single place I found in the state of Ohio right now wants a verified income, which I don't have at the time right now, because unfortunately SSI keeps fucking me over, and they still have not called me right now. And it's going to be at least another 2 hairs going for some reason here. Let's put the hat on just because the hair is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, it's every place around here is must have verified income, and SSI is not getting back to me to the point where they're going to give me my money yet. So I don't know how it's going to work now. So it might just be, as my aunt said, I just need to call them up on Friday morning and be like, hey, like, what the fuck? Let's go here already, people. I'm going to be destitute pretty soon is what it is. Like, which is very real possibility at this point. Like, I am facing destitution right now, dude. And yeah, if worse comes to worse, like, I don't know, man. It's going to be a whole shit show at that point. So, but yeah, it just sucks to know that, a place I've lived in almost my entire life is not going to be sold out from under me. If I had never left here, I could have easily just, sold a bunch of shit, figured out how to pay off the property taxes for the year, whatever it is there, and just simply enacted squatters' rights on this fucking place. Because I would have lived here, if I had never gone to Columbus, I would have lived here for over 21 years consecutively, which is what you have to live in Ohio, at a residence is what it is there. If you do enact squatters' rights is what it is. And right now I am right around 13 since I moved back here. And then it would have been over 20 before that then, before I left the house. So, yeah, it just sucks ass to know that I'm, like, just a little bit off is what it is. Just a few years shy, basically. So, yeah, just very, very unfun for sure. And like I said, it just feels like I'm being fucked over, honestly. The whole thing just feels like I'm being fucked over. By my family, by the system, especially by chasing those assholes. Because really, like, and I've said it before, I'll say it again, dude. This is something where, in the future, when I do run for political office, like, one of the first things I'm going to enact in any kind of capacity would be legislation that as soon as someone dies, their debt dies with them. I don't care what the fuck it is. You should not be allowed to make a claim against someone's estate when they have already paid off your damn mortgage multiple times over because you fucking scumbags put so much goddamn interest on it. They can never be paid off because you want to turn that person into a debt slave and then fuck over their family for life as what it is then. So it's beyond infuriating at this point, and it's completely criminal is what it actually is, dude. I'm gonna say it like fuck it is. Like JP Morgan Chase are fucking scum, and so is every other goddamn big bank out there that didn't get fucking put in jail in the 2008 housing market crash. So they all need to be in prison right now for the rest of their damn lives. All these CEOs, all these fucking board of directors, etc., that did that shit. Because if they had been, their fucking bullshit ass companies wouldn't exist right now. Because it would have been trust pushed out of existence. What it would have been, you would have had literal smaller banks that could have actually worked and been real people working with real people, not fucking some giant corporation fucking over the little guy. And then, being like, well, we must get paid back now. It's like, we already paid you like fucking 3 times over, dickhead. So, yeah, it's just bullshit entirely, dude. And like I said, it irks me to no end, honestly, at this point, because, again, it's one thing if you're, making a, like, even like credit card debt for that matter. It's one thing if you're like, have somebody like, making a swipe on a credit card like the day that this person is dying or whatever, so it's obviously not them doing it or whatever, it's like a family member or whatever then. But at the same time, it's like, unless it would be obviously funeral expenses, what would be on that one, but even still, it's like, like the entire point of the matter is it's like, almost all that shit should die with that person. So, and there should not be debt slavery in this country, and that's exactly what we're living in right now is what it is, and it's bullshit, dude, because it's all by design. It's all by the powers that should not be trying to screw us all over and fuck us out of actual generational wealth is what it is. And I'm just sick and tired of all of it, dude. I've had it with all of it. I'm fucking done with the entire system at this point. And I personally can't wait for everything to fall at this point, really. After this whole thing. So, anyway. But, sorry, I was doing some stuff. Yeah, it's like a 3.5 hour drive from here. Oh, I've thought about that. I've seriously considered like just getting enough money together to fucking change the locks at this point and be done with it. But the problem with that is obviously as I have no money to buy food right now, and I have no money to get the electricity going and everything else like that. It's all in my technically mother's name at this point. Through my sister's what it is there. So I have to basically get everything changed into my name somehow, and then do some sparse right shit at that point or something. But I don't know. I don't want to be that guy is what it is, because then it would be a whole thing where they'd be like, sheriff's office would be yanking me out of the house probably at some point in the future, and it's like, or like some kind of armed standoff or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to go like that. So, like I said, I truthfully, at the end of the day, I have no problem leaving. It's just as long as I have a place to go is what it is. And as of right now, I don't have a place to go in any capacity. So it's like, unless whoever buys it is cool with, me being a renter for 6 months or so, or a year for that matter. Because I was telling my cousin now he was here earlier, I was like, yeah, dude, it's like, because I guess there's a younger guy that's interested in doing like month to month with me or whatever, if he would buy the place out or whatever. And I said the problem with that is I would want a guaranteed, like not month to month contract. I want a guaranteed 6-month contract at least, if not a year contract at that point, to where it's like, I will pay this much money, you will cover these utilities, and you will get a guaranteed rent check on this date every month is what it is there, whatever the case be, or even just cash for that matter. That's rent is what it is then. Most likely it would be a rent check or some kind, or like a direct deposit in their account or something like that. It would be then. So that way it would be like verified that you could pay the rent obviously this month, and they can't like kick you out or whatever then. But the entire point is it's like unless it's like that person buying, unless it's like somebody else was here the other day was buying it. From my understanding, I guess there's like some old man who is like super old, like in his mid 80s, if I'm not mistaken, or at least early 80s anyway. And he wants to basically buy it and then put up a second house in the end of 5 acres, but yet not have a renter. And I'm just like, well, what the fuck is the point of that then? Like, what, do you just want 2 houses to live in? Like, that makes no sense, old man. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that guy bought it and then dies like a year or two from now on the fucking property. So, like, that's the last person I want to buy it, honestly, dude. So, like, if anybody's going to die on this property, it's going to be me, motherfuckers. So there you go. I say that jokingly, obviously. Well, I don't know. I mean, depending on how my health goes in the next, 6 months, I might be dead anyway at that point. So, I would hope not. But, you never know anymore, man. Fucking. Or it could just be a nuke strike in the next 2.5 months or something like that. Or it could be something where they actually do kill Trump. Powers it shouldn't be right now, since they tried a third time now in the last couple of days. And now it's just a whole shit show where we're in fucking, a civil war / a World War III at that point then. But, yeah, it's no good either way. So, anyway. But, I think that premium sandwich wins compared to the Giant Eagle pepperoni there, because so Giant Eagle's pretty good, but there's definitely like a spice pack in there someplace. Whereas the premium thick cut slices, they don't really seem to have an aftertaste to them, is what it is. I think it's right at the front there. It's not taking a bite of that piece. I just like had a little bit. It had like a tang, like a tinge, I guess it would be, of like spice right at the front. There's what it is. But it's not on like the back end or whatever them. So they're both pretty good. I think that premium just takes like a little teeny bit is what it is. Not to mention per pound. That was on sale for, I think it was $3 a pound the other day. The stuff from Giant Eagle per pound is like $10 a pound, almost, if I'm not mistaken, or just over $10 a pound now, which is fucking insane. It should never be that expensive to buy some lunch, literally lunch meat is what it is, dude, at the end of the day. So, anyway. Well, unfortunately, instead they're helping all the Haitians there in Springfield. And that's what's even sadder. Like, there was, if you haven't seen that video, there was a guy doing interviews down there in Springfield like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that now. And there was a homeless woman, her child, who's a toddler, that were trying to get help from the government here at the state level. In that city is what it is. And all these fucking Haitians are coming in, jumping her in front of the line is what it is there. To where she's basically like 55th in the line, and they're all 1 through 54 is what it is then. And it got so bad that this guy who was doing the interviews thought to himself, I need to help this woman kind of thing, and ended up going to a local grocery store and buying her diapers, some formula, and a bunch, or I think it was like maybe baby food or something like that. And then like a whole bunch of food stuff is what it was. Just like basically handed her a cart full of shit, what it was then. And It's like, that's all well and good, dude, but it's like, that shouldn't be your responsibility to do that. It should be the state's responsibility because it's her as a state resident should be entitled to these benefits is what it is. And when you have all these motherfuckers that Kamala and Biden are bringing in here through some bullshit, quote unquote, temporary, I forget exactly what it was. It's like TRO or something. That's what I think that's what the alliteration of it is or something along those lines. And basically what the gist of it is they're forcing these people, and I'll say it like it is, dude. It's fucking voter fraud is what it actually is. They are forcing a bunch of illegals into this country, into red states like mine, to overwhelm local cities in this state so that they can then turn around and have them illegally counted on a future census so that they can create a new congressional district in this area is what it is then. And it would be guaranteed Democrat. And it's already been proven at this point they were going to do exactly that, and it would be you would basically have them, because the way that they're quote unquote resettling these people is what it is there, through this BS resettlement program that shouldn't even exist at all for that matter. They're going to create at least 13 new Democrat-only districts in the future with the 2028 census of what it is there. So, or whatever the census is now, I'm trying to remember. It would have been, maybe it's even this census now, I'm thinking about it in 2024 is what it would be, or 2025 maybe? I can't remember if it's every 5 years or every 4 years. The census, maybe it's every 10 years. I don't know. But anyway, no matter what, by 2030, there would be at least like 13 new Democrat districts created in this whole thing to give them the fucking advantage in the U.S. House is what is there. And it's all complete bullshit, dude, entirely. So, anyway. Yeah, I'm just fucking over all of it, dude. So, I think probably in the long run, like my basic plan right now is, in the short term here, is to hopefully run for office in a couple of years at something. I'm not sure exactly what yet. Whether it be, as a state rep or whether it be county commissioner or whatever the case be, which obviously if I go for county commissioner, I'd have to be staying here in this area to go run in Stark County here. But if I decided to go for something else, then it wouldn't really matter. Because I've been looking at land right now to buy potentially down south as what it is there that would be closer to the Ohio-West Virginia border is what it is there. And that would be nice to have something down there, I think, because it would be out in like the middle of nowhere, basically. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. And it would basically be government fucking off at that point, not bothering me as what it is. I mean, not letting myself be bothered by government, and I could just get like some Starlink or something out there for internet and shit, and just do what I need to do at that point then. So, but yeah, that's what my eventual plan is, to do something like that, I think is what it is. So, it all depends if it works out or not. I don't know right now, but, who's to say? Could work out. Could be cool. But, yeah, I don't know, man. It all depends. So. But yeah, really, it's just getting these people to fucking get off their asses right now and give me the damn money already for the shit, because they sold me a bunch of back pays what it is potentially too, for that matter. So, and that'll be a huge boon too, for that matter, because that alone will be enough to pay off, obviously, a couple months rent and be verified income for somebody what it is then. So that means I would move from here. It's whatever, but again, until I have that money in hand, like, I have no way to leave here is what it is. And if you pay attention to the Rumble chats the last couple days here, especially those like 3-4 a.m. chats that I've been doing recently, it's definitely a weird place that I'm in right now, a weird flux in my system right now is what it is. So, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day on that one. I'm going to go watch NEA's Wednesday chat then. Oh, God, my back is hurting now. Oof. Wish that damn chiropractor do her fucking job properly. That's one thing I'm definitely going to get when I get the money from the SSI people, is go buy a damn activator gun online there. Pop my back here is what it is then. Just really move forward, put it back in the back, and just ding ding on the sides what it is there. If nothing else, like, call up one of my cousins or something like that and be like, hey, could you get me here is what it is, bro? They're like, yeah, sure. And they're just like, So it popped me in the back a bunch of times then. So, yeah, I definitely need to get one of those for sure. Especially depending on how things are going in this country. You know, if shit does happen, it goes south or whatever the case be, the last thing I want to have to worry about is my back being all fucked up, and I could easily just have one of those guns on hand, if not two of those guns on hand for that matter. Just depending on the cost, obviously. I might be smart to buy two of them actually, and just have one as like a backup with nothing else, in case the first one breaks or something. And yeah, just have like, you know, use that shit every so often is what it is there, and just keep my stuff intact is what it is then. So, but yeah, if it wasn't for that, for the activator methods of chiropractic, I would be completely bedridden at this point because my back is so messed up from those falls I had in Columbus, which again goes back to show exactly why I hate Columbus as it is now. So, which it wasn't really, well, I don't know. It's like, I'm trying to think, it's like, was it really the city's fault or was it like my own fault? But really, no, it actually was the city's fault because they didn't fucking plow their shit the proper way is what it is, or have their sidewalks done up the proper way. And yeah, I literally slipped in some black ice on the fucking sidewalk in the city as it was then. So truthfully, I probably should have sued the shit out of the city of Columbus, honestly, back then for injury and stuff. At the time, I didn't really think too much of it. It wasn't until weeks later is what it was that I ended up having like, you know, serious pain in the back and having to go to a chiropractor down there is what it was and whatnot. So, but yeah, I probably should have filed a claim or something back in those days because unfortunately, with, you know, those kind of injury things, it's a whole shit show. And yeah, basically the whole, it's kind of like medical malpractice deal where you can only have like a year or something between the time that you get fucked up and the time that they will basically give you this stuff is what it is. So yeah, it's a real fucking bunch of BS is what it is. So really, like I said, it just kind of sucks as it is, man. So anyway, but yeah, it's it is what it is right now. Unfortunately, you know, not really much I can do about it from where we're at right now currently, and yeah, it just sucks having to rely on other people for literally everything as it is right now. Whereas at least if I had the money, I could, you know, essentially start relying on myself and be able to be somewhat self-sufficient at that point then, which would be nice. So, because I think that's really at the end of the day what I really just want is to just be have at least some kind of self-sufficiency is what it is, and be able to, you know, do my own thing and not have to worry about bullshit from every way, shape, and form. And then it's just, if I just want to disappear one day, I can just disappear one day is what it is there with a bunch of money in my hand. So anyway, not that I would, but you know, you never know, man. If I just want to go on like a road trip or something, I could do that obviously too, potentially. And you know, again, that's what it is. So, but anyways, but yeah, needless to say, going back to the taste testing itself, though, I think the premium pepperoni wins just slightly over that Giant Eagle brand for two reasons. Like I said, I think it has a less of a mild taste to it. You know, yeah, I think I think it has more of a overall mild taste to it. Like if it has any heat at all, it's right at the front, whereas the Giant Eagle is on the back end. It seems like, and it tends to get hotter and hotter, like as it's going into your system, as it is there, your taste buds. Uh, so yeah, I think on that aspect, the premium is better on that, just that particular case is what it is then. And then I think the slice of it too, Giant Eagle is almost paper thin and much more expensive compared to even the premium stuff when it's not even on sale. When it's not even on sale, it's only like maybe like $5.50 or $6 a pound then. And like I said, it was on sale for $3 a pound then this week. So yeah, I think that's a much better price point. Obviously, like price point is one thing overall, like I said, taste is another thing. They both have a pretty good taste to them, I think. But yeah, the heat flavoring and stuff like that is definitely not as much with that premium as it is with the Giant Eagle brand. So anyway, but yeah, hopefully things will go well. Like I said, the bidding is supposed to start tomorrow around 5:30, and as the realtor told my sister recently, he said it can either be the shortest he's ever done an auction is 4 minutes, and the longest he's ever done one is an hour. So potentially, there's going to be 3 auctions happening, at least 2 anyway, and there'll be possibly 3, which would be you will have the house going up for auction first. So it'd be the house and 5 acres of the house, as it is here. Will go up first. This will be sold for who knows how much. And then from there, you will have the 5-acre plot over there on the other side go up for sale, and then it'll go for at least 100K, is my guess, if not more. And then that, by the way, that would be enough to pay off the debt at this point, if it goes for that. And then potentially it would be there would be an overall third auction if it's the person that bought both halves or whatever was the highest bidder. That third auction would basically be them buying all the property at once, and that's what it is, which I'm hoping is what happens, because otherwise it's going to be a situation where it's going to be you would have somebody buy the house and the 5 acres here, and then you'd have somebody else buy that 5 acres over there, and it potentially would be 2 from people buying the place then, which I'm not a fan of. I don't know why that's even a thing. It should be no matter what guaranteed if you're buying the house or buying the rest of the acreage too, for that matter, and you're paying X amount of dollars worth of what it is then. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It just, like I said, it sucks to know that, shit's going to go down like that, but fingers crossed it's not some fucking scumbag bullshit where it's some, businessman comes in out of nowhere, and it happens to be that businessman just works for like BlackRock or Vanguard, because it would be, no, fuck you, we're not selling a goddamn thing to you, asshole, eat a bag of dicks. So, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe we could do actually a no sale on that guy then. Like, we could force that guy to not be able to bid then, is what it is. So, and I swear to God, if there's some dude that walks up in a 3-piece suit tomorrow, I guarantee you that's some fucking dude that's trying to be some fucking sinister ass corporation or whatever the case be. So, anyway, but yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll, I don't know. Maybe it's time to just move to a different state, for that matter, even. Like, just get the hell out of Ohio for a while and then do whatever. I don't know, man. It all depends, because that's the problem. Like, I've been looking at different states, and like, I don't really want to leave this state as it is, but at the same time, it's like, would it be cheaper to find some like a plot of acreage in some other state or whatever the case be, and just live there for now? Maybe that's what it is, dude. Maybe I just need to leave. Like, maybe it's not the Ohio side of the Ohio-West Virginia border. Maybe it's the West Virginia side of the West Virginia border is what it is then. So, you never know, man. Or it could be, too, I could even possibly find some place down there that would be, like, it's directly on the fucking state lines. And, like, it's, like, I don't know, like 20 acres or something like that. And then, like, half of it's on the Ohio side, half of it's on the West Virginia side. So it'd basically be like a dual citizen of 2 states at that point. Or I guess that would be a dual resident at that point then. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like I said, call it a day on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and watch NEA's chat right now. He's talking about, according to the FBI, how to stop a mass shooting. Well, it's called have a gun yourself to be able to stop a mass shooting in the first place. If nothing else, it's actually called repeal the gun-free schools. It was out in 1990. That's caused every single one of these fucking gun-free zones to exist in the first place that caused all these mass shootings. So there you go. But anyway, of course, it's not what the feds are talking about, though. Yeah, I don't know. But oh yeah, they are. That's the thing too, as well. I will talk about before we go, actually. So for those who don't know, there was a thing that came out recently with the dickhead mayor of Springfield. His name was, I believe, I want to say Ross Rowe, but I could be wrong about that one. But anyway, it's like R-U-E is what the guy's last name is. And he basically admitted how much money these motherfuckers are taking out of this state every single year now. These 20,000 something on Haitians that came in here now is what it is. And they are basically putting every single year over a $4 billion burden on Ohio in tax dollars, dude. Why the fuck are we letting them take $4 billion out of our economy, dude, for their fucking bullshit when they have no legal right to be in the fucking first place is what it is. It's completely insane to me, dude. And really, this goes back to DeWine even being in power right now is what it is, and that's what I'm saying. Like, come, hopefully November 6th, then I will be attempting to do an Article 1, Section 2 on that motherfucker to remove him from office at this point. Same thing with John Husted, for that matter, because neither one of these guys should be in power at a state level, especially not in the highest two offices in the land right now is what it is. So if I can figure out a way to recall them, I totally will. And if that be the case and it does become an actual recall, I will just simply run against DeWine myself at that point in a brand new recall governor's race with this then. So anyway, because someone like me would definitely be able to get shit done compared to that jackass. So anyway, but yeah, other than that though, like I said, I think the premium local deli pepperoni wins compared to the Giant Eagle brand though. So hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. The earliest I will be back on this channel would be sometime on Friday. I don't know exactly when, which it might not be this channel. It might just be my Rumble channel exclusive there, like a Freedom Friday episode or something like that. But it could be something where I just come back on here and do like a reseller Friday, depending. So it all depends. I don't know exactly what's going to happen right now, but yeah, I'm going to talk to my cousin tomorrow night after everything goes down if we're going to go out on Friday and do the reseller place again or not. If we do, I will get some stuff from there. As it is obviously do reseller Friday. If we don't, then it will just be simply us doing whatever then, and then I'm probably having Timmy the chiropractor anyways. So it'll be then on Friday, so she can fix me back what it is. She didn't do last time around. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my weekend right now. So, like I said, it all depends. It might be a reseller on here. It might just be Freedom Friday on Rumble only, or it might be something where I started out on the secondary open network, the one that has this particular white and black circle on it there as our tag. Like I did the other day with that one stream where we were talking about the issue 1 here in Ohio, which, by the way, for those that are planning on voting this year, please, God, if you live in Ohio, vote no on issue 1. Do not let a bunch of leftist fucking pieces of shit create a 15-person, unaccountable, unelected group of assholes to draw our maps in the future, because all they will do is draw a bunch of Democrat fucking created maps that are going to be nothing more than a whole bunch of gerrymandered bullshit blue, and I will not see my red state gerrymandered blue. And that's one thing I do plan on doing, dude. If it comes to it, I will take some of the money from the sale, and I will sue the fuck out of this state and everybody that's part of that damn thing if that ever passes, is what it is, dude, because it should never been about being what it is there. But thank God the ballot language is actually spelling it out in plain English that, hey, no, this is what's actually being done here. It's them trying to create an unelected, unaccountable group of people that would be in charge of making maps then, instead of actually being the state legislature, which would be actual state reps, the governor, secretary of state, etc., doing that stuff, like how it is right now is what it is. And it's not that we're gerrymandering Ohio red, it's that people are actually voting for fucking Republicans is what it is there. Because the Democrat Party sucks ass, dude, is what it is. And that's the thing. If people want representation in the state, dude, then get fucking 1 million or 2 million people to vote fucking Libertarian. And if you actually want representation that way in primaries and stuff like that, then put together your own petition and fucking get rid of the bullshit 2-party fucking primary system that fucking rhino sack of shit John Casey's put into place back in 2014 to get reelected. Like, seriously, if you want to fix stuff, do that stuff. Don't be fucking making some bullshit-ass, fucking douchebag-ass group that doesn't need to exist in the fucking first place that would be nothing but 15 corporate lobbyists for their own bullshit leftist interests with this, dude. Fuck that. So, anyway. But yeah, needless to say, that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, vote no on issue 1 and do what needs to be done. Make sure you get out and vote this year for sure, because this election, I believe, is the most important election in our entire lifetime, no matter what. And you should be voting in person, dude, just so they can't cheat. Because if they don't know how many people to cheat by, they can't cheat with enough is what it is. So, yeah. If you can't go in there on the day of, vote on the day of. If you're going to do early voting, vote early. Because unfortunately, in my case, I'm going to have to vote early is what it is there, just because I'm going to get my vote in there is what it is before I would move, obviously. So, but yeah, I do plan on voting for Trump. I'm serious. Like, as much as I have talked about fuck Bernie Moreno at this point because he's done the anti-gun shit 5 years ago, if it does come down to him and Sherrod Brown, I am seriously considering just casting a vote for Moreno at this point, dude, and being like the I will call out my hypocrisy later with this. Then I don't want to vote for this man because he did try to do gun control shit back in the day. He tried to call for gun control back in 2019. That being said, as far as I'm aware, Sherrod Brown up to 2 days ago has called for gun control in this country as a sitting U.S. senator. Then so. Yeah, and as far as I'm aware, the only time Moreno ever called for it was after the Dayton Massacre is what it was there. So, do I think Bernie Moreno is a Pro 2A champion? Fuck no. Do I think he would enact stuff and become a rhino sack of shit if he's in office? Possibly. It all depends. Again, it would have to be a wait and see kind of thing and him being elected into office to begin with, so it is there for it to even happen then. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. But, yeah, I'm not going to endorse the guy. I think he's a fucking idiot. I think they both are, honestly. I think we should have 2 other candidates in this race entirely, for Democrat and Republican, for the matter as well. If not a bunch of third-party independents and stuff like that as well, for that matter, in that U.S. Senate race. But, yeah, unfortunately, that's not the way things are. So it is what it is. But, anyway, that's about it for today, though. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe, all that good stuff. And always remember, you got to come hard, fast, and ugly. Later, everybody.